Welcome to Hail in the Bleachers. I'm your host, June, and I'm nervous. But before I get into all that, and I'm going to tell you why I'm nervous in a minute, make sure you subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube, where we do other blogging and stuff like this and other podcasts. But this will be me, Dolo. I'll be by myself doing this Hail in the Bleachers podcast. Make sure you subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube so you can continue I won't be doing this all season. This is my first season, and this is why I'm nervous. My first love was Michigan football. My brother, God rest his soul, was a Michigan alumni, and he would come pick me up on the weekends. He would catch the bus from Ann Arbor, pick me up on the weekends. We'd catch the bus back to Ann Arbor from Ypsi, and we'd watch the football games. And we actually attended the games, and I wound up spending the weekends on a lot of those home football game nights. I remember watching Butch Woolfolk. He was the first running back I ever known to play for Michigan. For you newer people, you have to look. You have to go back a little further than what we are today. So this will gauge how long I've been watching Michigan football. So the title of this blog is "Are They Ready?" And it's something I had to ask myself. Am I ready? Because look, I'm just, I have notes, but I have in my heart and mind what I'm going to talk about. And there's a lot of looming questions with this Wolverine football team this year. But I will go on to say, although I'm patient, Michigan fans aren't as such. So we have to make sure that we're giving Coach Witt some grace. First year, he's coming from Utah, totally different climate, totally different atmosphere, totally different level of play. Not crazy. Let me take that back. It's not a crazy different level of play, but a different style of play, even though Utah played pretty tough in the trenches. Michigan football and Big Ten football overall is being tough in the trenches, being able to run the ball along with the passing. So, coming from the Pac-10, it seems to be a little bit more finesse. You know what I'm saying? But here in the Big Ten, there's a time to be a finesse team, but most of the time, we're in the trenches. That's all Big Ten teams. You look at the other team, that team that starts with an O south of us, that team, tough team every year. They're known for playing in the trenches, but they can pass the ball. Now you got teams like Indiana. They were tough in the trenches. They were able to run the ball, and they played some finesse. Tough football here in the Big Ten. So, question: are they ready? And if you look at the thumbnail, you'll see two of the players that that you can ask that question to. Are they ready? Bryce Underwood, year number 2. 19 years old, I believe. A lot of expectations. And he's backing it up in interviews of what he's saying. He wants to be the best ever. He thinks he's the best ever to play at Michigan football. Gauging it from last year is a lot to be desired. Although I will say he didn't play terrible. He played like a freshman. Let's get that out the way. Let's get rid of that notion that he played horrible. Let's say he played like a freshman. We had all types of expectations, and not to make excuses for the guy, but to have so much expectation for him and not have a quarterback coach is kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, he's good, but you're not that good to get into this Division I against Division I talent and expect him to be lights out without a quarterback coach. I don't care who you are. It's insane. Now, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, but if you can tell me a college football freshman and come in Division I and play against competition like this without a quarterback coach and be successful, let me know in the comments. I could be wrong. I don't know all. I just know for Bryce, it wasn't quite the right fit for it. He needed a quarterback coach. Um, Definitely had a running game, and that's what makes it kind of puzzling because he had the running game. However, when teams know you're going to run and they put that extra man in the box, and they're daring you to pass, and you don't, or you don't do it effectively, questions are going to linger, and that's what happened last year. I think Bryce was handled wrong. I don't want. He wasn't in the best hands last year. Like I said, no quarterback coach. They kind of kept him on a leash. Um, I didn't see enough. I didn't see enough planned for him as a player to be what we wanted him to be last year. Michigan went 9-3 last year, I believe. Um, it wasn't too bad of a season, but to get blew out by Ohio State, to lose games to Oklahoma the way they did, to lose to USC the way they did, to have a gut-wrenching performance against Northwestern, you're going to raise some questions. And then ultimately the bowl game against Texas, I think they might have went 9-4. Could be wrong, but against Texas, looked like a team that belonged for most of the game until the fourth quarter. Bryce had a couple of picks, but that was a game where I felt like they finally let him, they kind of unleashed him. But that's neither here nor there. Are they ready this year? Is Bryce ready this year? I think he has all the tools. We know about the big arm. We know he's mobile. Do we have the offensive line to protect him? I think so. I think we have the right coaching staff in place. Not saying that Coach Moore was wrong, because I'm not going to bash Coach Moore, former Coach Moore. But I think he's in better hands this year with a QB coach, with a disciplined head coach, and I think he has a better wide receiver room, and I think the running back room is just as good as it was last year. Now, people are going to question how, right? Or they might even not agree with me saying they're just as good as last. I mean, they might even say they're better than last year. But Haynes was that guy. Like, you can't take away what Justice Haynes did last year. He was that guy. And to back him up with Marshall, that was a heck of a 1-2 punch. Like, when Haynes was playing, you didn't hear much from Marshall because Haynes was putting numbers up. He was getting those big runs. He was getting those tough runs. And when he got hurt, we lost a step. But you put Anthony Marshall back in last year when when Haynes went down, and you didn't miss a beat from the running game. Just when Haynes got hurt, when Marshall got hurt, then we had to deal with the third stringer, Kudza. I'm going to say names wrong. Just a disclaimer. This year, we got Marshall returning. He's not. He's probably one of the top running backs in the college football. He's not the one to be sneezed at. And then you got incoming freshman Savion Hyder, which that 1-2 punch is a really good combination. And I want to keep in mind that Savion Hyder is a true freshman. Okay. So let's give him some grace this first year. I believe he's going to do okay, but that schedule was a tough one. And they're going to gang up against the run. His success could hinge on, and all the running backs' success could hinge on how well Bryce can pass when they do crowd the box, when there is one-on-one coverage. I think there's a better wide receiving core. I think the offensive line will be better this year, and it bodes well for the running game. And I think the running game will help Bryce. So It's a lot of things to be desired, but still a lot of question marks, and we're going to see. Take another look at that thumbnail. There's another player that showed. Rod Moore. Are you ready? Right? Here's a guy that was in my opinion, one of the best safeties in college. Championship year 2023, he was that guy. He called game against Ohio State. Following season in the spring, tore his ACL. It might have been fall camp, but in the offseason, tore his knee, missed the entire 2024 season. Came back 2025. He wasn't 100%. Tried to give it a go, played a couple games, and just knee wasn't right. He did some stuff, cleaned up the cartilage or whatever they had to do, and now he's back. And I'm hearing early, and I think we all know I'm late to the party as far as blogging, but we've heard things like maybe that he's on a pitch count, like he's on limited action. So we'll see how that goes, being in limited action. We're definitely going to see how that goes during limited action. I'm hearing, though, that that pitch count is gone and he's effective. Now, if he's 100% or anywhere close to it, that defensive backfield is going to be one to be desired. You have two good corners that we know of, maybe three, if you want to include Snowden. Snowden, Jair Hill, and Zeke. Nah, the last name escapes me, but you know what I'm talking about. Zeke Berry. You have a good cornerback situation, and that always helps. That's always good for safeties. One thing about Rod Moore, he's a very smart player. If he makes a mistake once, he learns from it, he moves on. Very instinctive player. He'll put the pads on you. He can get to the ball hawk. He can do it all at safety. If he's healthy, that bodes well for that Michigan defense overall, which I think there are question marks in the linebacking situation. There might be question marks up front, but I think they'll be okay under this coaching regime. Coach Witt is one that plays with toughness and tenacity, and it starts up front, both sides of the line. So if Rod Moore is ready, this defense will be pretty good. How good they will be, only time will tell. It's a very, very long season, and it's a tough schedule. We got Oregon on the schedule. We got that other team down south on the schedule. We got Oklahoma on the schedule. Those are three really, really tough games. Really tough games. And I'm sure there's some more that I'm missing within the season, but those are the three that stand out to me. Those are three tough games. And we have to go out and show out. We have to show out. In the end, are they ready? I believe they are. And we'll see versus Western Michigan. It's not a good team to gauge whether you're ready or not. No slight to Western Michigan. And it may be a slight to Western Michigan, but it's Western Michigan. That's a game we should win every year. We get the better talent, the better facilities. That's a game that shouldn't be in question. If you're going into the season questioning whether Michigan can beat Western Michigan, we are in trouble. That's just what it is. And I'm just going to keep it real. So I'm going to leave on that note. And I'll be back next Sunday. Make sure you subscribe to Bleacher Speakers on YouTube. Make sure you share, like, comment. I would love to read some of the comments. I usually don't. I know if I get that team down south to comment and start hating, I done made it. So I don't want you guys' attention, though. I don't pay you guys any mind. I keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm not going to bash the team if they're good. I don't care if you're a Buckeye or not. I'll give you your props when it's time. I won't give you too much props. I ain't gonna go crazy or nothing, but if you win, you win. If you're a good team, you're a good team. I'll say that and keep it moving. But make sure you subscribe to Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube. I'll be doing Hail in the Bleachers every week throughout the season. You'll see me every Sunday. I'll have a Sunday show. It won't go live. It'll be pre-recorded. If the audience changes, that could be a decision I can make later on. Maybe I can change that. But for now, it'll be pre-recorded, and I'll just do my little weekly shows. Any news that pops up that I feel worthy of talking about, you might see me in between time. But right now, you can write it down. On Sundays, you'll see my show. And I want to say around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't want to just drop it. I want to premiere it. So, with the algorithm and stuff, you got to take your time. It might be about 4 o'clock today. 4 o'clock on Sundays, not today, but yeah, you're watching it today. But right around 4 o'clock on Sundays, you'll see it. That may change with the NFL coming on. I might have to rethink that. It'll be Sunday morning before the NFL starts. That's what we'll do. That's a better plan. See, I'm on the fly with it, and I'm very nervous. So on Sunday mornings, you can enjoy Hail in the Bleachers. Make sure you subscribe to Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube. Go Blue.